Why do some cashmere sweaters cost $200 and others $2,000? Let's break down the price. And we're going to start with the yarn. For a cone that's a kilo, you're going to look at north of 230 euros for the top end, which are your Cariagis, Todd and Duncan, and Loro Pianos. At the low end, like recycled cashmere and just lower grade ones, are just over $100. Which means that for your average crew or V-neck, you're looking at $60 just in yarn costs. That yarn has to be actually knitted and linked. Higher the gauge, the longer it takes to be knitted, and that increases the costs because that's on a per minute basis. This can range anywhere from 40 cents a minute if you're in a low wage country to $1 a minute. So while all of these factories have a lot of machines, it still takes time to actually make one. So you're looking at 45 minutes per sweater. So we're already at $105 just in costs. And depending on the factory, they're going to build that differently, but there are all those little things that come as add-ons. If you want a garment dyed, that's going to be an extra. Then there's all the packaging and tags. That's pennies on the dollar, but it still adds up to something, at least when you're doing it properly. We're already at $120 and the garment still hasn't left the factory. While shipping is definitely a variable cost factor, it still has to be priced in just as everything else. And I'm not going to touch on any import tariffs or taxes here. If everything's rounded up, ballpark, you're at $140 for a sweater. Now you need to factor in a multiplier that allows you to pay the bills and your employees at the end of the day and actually promote the product. And that's just your wholesale margin. That then has to get multiplied again if you want to distribute this through a retailer. And that's how you very quickly end up at $600 to $700 for a sweater that only costs $140 to make. Or you play the volume game and manufacture somewhere with low wages, low electricity costs, and no oversight. Then you can slash the price of that in half easily. I hope this illustrates why some sweaters cost more than others and it's not just arbitrary price setting.